Hello, everyone, and welcome back to GodSaw's Turnbuckle. And today we are going to be back with some more predictions over here, and we will be predicting the Royal Rumble 2026. As of right now, we have four matches, and a matter of fact, for cards like this, it typically is going to stay at four matches when you're considering the fact that there will be two Royal Rumble matches, much like with Survivor Series with War Games. Considering how long those matches go, they usually don't have too many other matches on the card itself. And more than likely, the show will probably start off with one of the Royal Rumbles and then end with one of the Royal Rumbles as well. This is honestly just based upon how they've been building everything, especially with at least three matches here. It does feel like a rather unpredictable card to begin with. It's not one of those cards where it's like clear cut and everything is just like right there in front of your face. Who's going to be winning which particular match? I'm going to go ahead and start off with the AJ Styles versus Gunther match. Now, this is going to be with AJ Styles' career on the line, at least his WWE career. This has been set up after the match that they had on Raw, where Gunther did a fake tap out and then ended out using underhanded tactics to beat AJ Styles. I've liked what they've been kind of setting up here as well. They have been really setting this up to be more of making you think that this is going to be AJ Styles' last match in some way, shape, or form. Because when they did the promo, it's like Gunther had no reasoning to like under Gunther's thought process, he had no reason to go after AJ Styles again. He wouldn't gain anything, so he made him put his career on the line. AJ thought about it for a little bit, and he ended up accepting the match. Now, subsequently, what we've been seeing after the fact has been almost like kind of a speed run of matches to be able to potentially see at least WWE side one last time. I mean, at Saturday's night's main event, you had that excellent matchup between him and Shinsuke Nakamura, and then they set up on Raw as well a match with him and CM Punk, which went to basically a no contest when Finn Balor interfered, and honestly was just it was an all right match. It wasn't their best showings. We'll just put that particular thing out there itself. So they've done a lot to kind of say, oh, this is going to be AJ Styles' last match, at least WWE wise. And I'm actually going to go with that as well. I am picking Gunther to win this particular match. I think AJ Styles is going to be done with WWE itself, but I don't feel like he's done for the rest of this year. They kind of specified that, like he's kind of specified that he has kind of like a list of wrestlers he wants to face throughout the year, and even a potential world title run. Uh, and that doesn't necessarily have to be in WWE. The aspect of what most people do feel is that AJ Styles' contract is up in February, if not on February 1st, which would indicate that yes, the Royal Rumble would be his last match in WWE, in his last days in WWE. They could have done something where, maybe they've extended it so it goes to WrestleMania or something in that sense. But it does feel a little bit weird that they are going the route of setting up a career ending match this quickly into the year for AJ Styles. And also, you're coming right off of the whole aspect that Gunther was John Cena's final opponent and also Goldberg's final opponent last year, and much more recently with Cena's final opponent. So if you're going off of the career killer aspect of everything, Gunther has to win this match. Now, do I feel like AJ Styles is completely done after this match? No, I don't. Because the aspect behind a lot of his promo is that it made it feel like he wasn't just saying he had a list of opponents just within WWE he wanted to face in 2026. It probably meant he had opponents he wanted to face elsewhere as well. More than likely TNA. To go along with everything. Maybe he finishes out the year or a portion of the year where he started in Total Nonstop Action. Or maybe he goes over to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Or maybe he maybe doesn't have like a full contract or anything, but maybe he does do a match or two in AEW. Something in that sense. It is all a possibility for that one. But I am going to pick Gunther to win this match. And yeah, this is more than likely going to be AJ Styles' final match within a WWE ring. And up next, it will be for the WWE Championship. It is going to be Drew McIntyre going up against Sami Zayn. And this has actually been kind of a decent setup with what they've been going with. This played off of the 3 stages of hell match where Sami Zayn may mention it's like there's a piece of him who kind of wants Drew McIntyre to win it because he wanted that opportunity to be able to take it away from him. Well, now here's that opportunity. He has an opportunity to take the WWE Championship away from Drew McIntyre after he won the Fatal 4-Way match at Saturday Night's Main Event in Montreal. And now we're going to be in Saudi Arabia as well. And you would imagine there's a good possibility that the people are going to probably be very much behind Sami Zayn. Honestly, most crowds are behind Sami Zayn. Let's be completely real about that. But like even more so in this particular case. Now, this is kind of been brought back up again because there was a point last year where Sami Zayn was like he was going to go after a world title. He was going to go after Seth Rollins, everything in that sense. That didn't necessarily end up happening. He ended up moving to SmackDown and kind of he was going after the US title for a while. He won the US title, did the open challenge, ended up losing it to Ilya Dragunov, and now he is in WWE Championship match after he's now refocused and going back after the world title. Drew McIntyre, we all know how that has been set up as well. He beat Cody in the 3 stages of hell match to get the WWE Championship, while Cody Rhodes is doing things with Jacob Fatu at this point in time, and Drew McIntyre is kind of thrown in there as well. To go along with it. It's definitely not going to be a situation where I feel like they're going to take that world title off of Drew McIntyre really anytime soon. At least not until WrestleMania time. At least that's my thought process on it. Drew just got the title. I know they could go with the whole feel-good moment for Sami, everything to go along with that. And don't get me wrong, I do think they're going to do that at some point in time. And yes, he is going to get a world title at some point in time. It's just not going to be here at the Royal Rumble itself. So I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre to pick up the victory in this one. And up next, it will be the first of 2 Royal Rumble matches. It is going to be the Women's Royal Rumble match. And as of right now, they do have a decent amount of people, booked for the match itself. And there is a few people that have at least been spotted doing WWE things while over in Saudi Arabia as well. Primarily people that have been seen so far, like Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. Judgment Day is going to be around there. You have Bayley and Lyra, Alexa and Charlotte. And you also, I believe, Nikki Bella has been seen over there as well. So, and of course, there are plenty of others to go along with it. I don't have the full list in front of me at this moment in time. There is also potential returns for the actual match itself. One of those being Tiffany Stratton, and also the other one being Bianca Belair. There is a potential for them to return in this particular match. Bianca Belair has been out since WrestleMania itself with a broken knuckle. And Tiffany Stratton had been off of TV since November 1st when she lost the WWE Women's Championship to Jade Cargill for everything here. Now, it's not a 100% guarantee that someone like Bianca or Tiffany are going to show back up in this particular match itself. Though in some cases, or in most cases for this one, a lot of people still have that feeling that WrestleMania's match for the WWE Women's Championship is going to be Jade Cargill going up against Bianca Belair. If Bianca does show back up in this particular match, I do feel like she would probably have a very good chance of winning it. Though it's not an 100% guarantee that she is going to be back in this match itself. I do want to see if they're going to be doing some more setup as well, because you do have a lot of the people who have been going after the tag team titles recently. Within this particular match, you have Charlotte and Alexa in the match. You have Lash Legend and Nia Jax in the match. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky are in the match. Bailey and Lyra. A lot of the tag teams have been, that have been going after those tag team titles. Are going to be in this match. So it'll be interesting to see if we're going to be getting any other type of story setups. Are we going to be getting other WrestleMania potential matches or feuds down the road, whether they lead into WrestleMania or before WrestleMania or after WrestleMania? However it ends out working, what story progressions will we end up getting in this match is probably the more intriguing portion of it itself. Now, as for a winner of this particular match, I'm going to go with Liv Morgan on this one. You have Liv Morgan, who has been runner-up in pretty much, the last 3 Royal Rumbles, I think? She's been pretty much a runner-up or close to the end at the last 3 Royal Rumbles itself, losing to Rhea, Bailey, and Charlotte last year as well. So I do feel like they're going to go with Liv Morgan in this particular case. Now, that could be an interesting thing to set up with the Judgment Day. Do they set up with anything in the Judgment Day in the match? Do they set up something because Raquel Rodriguez is going to have a women's world championship match on the following Raw against Stephanie Vaquer? So is it Liv versus Stephanie Vaquer? Is it Liv versus Raquel? You have story beats that they could go with. My personal thought process is more than likely be a Liv versus Stephanie Vaquer thing. But it'll be interesting to see. And I'm going to go with Liv Morgan for this one. And up next, and more than likely the main event of the night itself, it is going to be the men's Royal Rumble match. And this one is also not as easy to call. When I did my early predictions for the year, like at the beginning of the year, I did predict Royal Rumble, early Royal Rumble predictions at that time. And my predictions were Roman Reigns and Bianca Belair at that point. With the women's one, I've obviously changed my mind a bit. Well, guess what? I have changed my mind as well with the men's one. And that's just basically because of how they build Roman for this particular match itself. They have announced that he's going to be in the match. They did it via video package, showing that he's going to be at the Royal Rumble. No promo from him, no nothing. Just video package saying Roman Reigns is in the Rumble. And of course, other people you have in the Rumble, you have the entire Vision in there. You have Cody Rhodes in there. Jacob Fatu's in there. They basically have set up everything there. And you do have this other potential storyline with Finn Balor as well, where he attempted to declare for the Rumble, but they had said that it's all full. So it's one of those things where not all the names have been announced, but it's technically full at this point in time. So maybe there's a bit of a story that plays off of there as well. Much like with many other Royal Rumble matches, I do anticipate the match itself to hopefully set up storylines going forward, especially into WrestleMania season, whether they're going to be matches that happen at WrestleMania or beforehand or even afterhand. That's all left up to be determined. There have been a lot of rumors of people who would potentially show up in this match as well. I believe this one's been spoiled by Barack himself, because he said it on the Pat McAfee show that he was going to be in the Rumble. So that's been spoiled on that one. There has also been a heavy rumor that Chris Jericho is going to be in this match. I don't think that's going to be the case, though. That's mainly just due to the fact that he is still showing on the AEW roster page at this point, which for what a lot of people have investigated through, when people do leave AEW, they're immediately removed from the roster page. Jericho's still showing up over there. So it's an indication that maybe his contract is not fully up yet at AEW. There's also a good possibility he stays at AEW. But there's also a thing that is there as well, that he is touring with Fozzy in February to go along with it. So he may not be able to show up at a lot of the events, mainly due to flight and everything to go along with it. Though there is ways that he could show up at Monday Night Raws, because apparently they're never playing on a Monday, or something in that sense. So there's a good possibility that they could have done something there. But again, he's still showing up on the AEW roster page. So that is going to kind of really get rid of him for that particular match, at least to me. Also, I wouldn't pick him to be the winner anyway, to go along with it. You do have obviously people who have been, or it's not super obvious, but it's you do have people who are going to be basically making their debut in there, such as an Obafemi, who is going to be being basically his call up from the NXT roster to the main roster, and this is going to be his first match. There's a lot of talk going out there that it would be kind of crazy. I would say kind of crazy that first match in is the Royal Rumble, and you pick up the victory, and it'd be Obafemi. Honestly, I would love it if Obafemi comes up to the main roster and immediately wins the Royal Rumble, immediately goes to WrestleMania, and maybe even wins the title at WrestleMania. I would love it. I absolutely would, but I don't think that's going to be the case here. I think Obafemi being in the Rumble itself is probably going to help facilitate a WrestleMania match for him, but I feel like it's going to be more with Brock Lesnar at that point in time. That's just my own thought process for that. Now, you do have other potential in there as well with the Vision. You have all 4 Vision members in there. So you have Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory in there. You could play off of a story where they try to help one of them win. As a matter of fact, they've even kind of set it up to where the Vision have said, Braun Breaker's our winner. He wins the match. So do they help him just win? Or is there going to be something like dissension or anything like that that plays into the match? That's going to be an interesting potential story point to it. But with everything there, again, for a winner of this match, I'm going to go with Braun Breaker. Regardless if they decide to do any dissension amongst the Vision members or anything in that sense, I'm still going with Braun Breaker to pick up the victory here. And he's going to go on to WrestleMania and more than likely face CM Punk at that point in time. What does that mean they do with Roman Reigns? I don't necessarily know at this point. They could, or even Cody Rhodes to a certain degree. I don't feel like Cody will end up winning this one, obviously, because I'm making a pick for Braun Breaker. Are they going to have Cody in the title picture at WrestleMania? Or if they want to do a third match between Roman and Cody, it could be without the title on the line to go along with it. Much like with the Rock Austin matches. The first 2 times they faced each other at WrestleMania, title was on the line. Third time, no title on the line to go along with it. So you could set that up and do it that way if they still want to do a Roman and Cody. Then both of them just aren't in the title picture for WrestleMania. Or Cody could be in maybe a match with Drew McIntyre. I would prefer it to be, because they've kind of been setting it up this way, that it'd be a triple threat with Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and Jacob Fatu to go along with it as well. So I just don't see any of them ending out winning the Rumble match itself. So I did go with Braun Breaker for this particular one. And yeah, that's going to be everything for the Royal Rumble. And those are my predictions, and kind of going over things a little bit more in more detail as well. Feel free to leave your predictions down in the comments below. Also, like the video if you so wish, and subscribe to the channel as well. And more than likely, I will be having a Royal Rumble review either going out Sunday or Monday. Hopefully that would be the case, just depending on how time frame works for me in terms of being able to watch it and get everything set up for as well. But do anticipate a review going out sometime next week. And with that being said, everybody, I hope you all take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great rest of your day.